You smile at people. You say, "I'm fine," so convincingly that even you almost believe it. But late at night, when the world goes quiet, you feel it. Something heavy sitting in your chest that you can't quite name. On the outside, you function. On the inside, you're exhausted from carrying weight no one else can see. If you recognize yourself in even 3 of the 8 signs I'm about to share, you've been carrying more than most people ever notice. So, what's actually happening inside you? Psychology calls this expressive suppression, the habit of holding your emotions inside instead of letting them out. You learned somewhere along the way that your feelings were too much, too inconvenient, or simply unwelcome. So you started swallowing them. Picture this: every time you pushed down a feeling you weren't allowed to have, you swallowed a stone. One stone for the anger you couldn't express, another for the sadness you had to hide, one more for the fear you weren't supposed to feel. Over time, those stones piled up inside you heavy, silent, invisible to everyone but you. Psychology also calls what happens next emotional numbing. When you carry too much for too long, your mind starts to shut down feelings entirely, not because you're cold, but because feeling everything would be too much to bear. This is how pain becomes silent, not because it left, but because you taught yourself to stop hearing it. And here's how that silent pain shows up in your daily life. Sign number 1. You struggle to answer, "How are you feeling?" You freeze, you deflect, you say fine, or tired because the real answer feels too complicated. The stones have been inside so long, you've forgotten their names. Sign number 2. You feel more for others than you allow yourself to feel for yourself. You cry at movies. You ache when friends are hurting. But when it's your own pain, you minimize it. You tell yourself others have it worse. You swallow another stone. Sign number 3. You keep yourself constantly busy. Stillness feels dangerous, because when you stop, the weight catches up. So you fill every moment, work, scrolling, anything, just to avoid sitting with what's inside. Sign number 4. You apologize for having needs. You say sorry for taking up space, for asking, for wanting. Somewhere you learned your needs were burdens, so you made yourself smaller while the stones grew heavier. Sign number 5. You feel tired even after rest. This isn't physical exhaustion. This is the weight of carrying what you've never released. The stones don't disappear when you sleep. They just wait. Sign number 6. You have a hard time accepting help. You've been the strong one for so long. Asking for help feels like admitting you've been drowning, and admitting that feels impossible. Sign number 7. You feel disconnected from your own life. You go through the motions, but it doesn't feel real, like you're watching yourself from outside your body. Psychology calls this depersonalization, and it often happens when we've numbed too much for too long. Stay with me, because this last one is the one almost nobody talks about. Sign number 8. You don't remember the last time you truly felt seen, not liked, not needed. Seen. Someone looking at you without expectation, without judgment, and simply witnessing you. That absence leaves a specific ache, and you've been carrying it in silence, thinking no one would understand. So if you saw yourself in several of these, what do you do with all of that? You didn't choose to start swallowing stones. You were surviving. And now the path forward isn't about blame. It's about gently learning to set them down. Step 1. Name the stones. Psychology calls this emotional labeling. When you give a feeling a name, you reduce its power. You don't have to solve it. Just say it. This is grief. This is loneliness. This is old anger. Naming is the first step to releasing. Step 2. Let yourself be witnessed, even in small ways. This doesn't mean forcing vulnerability. It means choosing one safe person, one honest moment, one sentence of truth you've never said aloud. You don't have to carry everything alone anymore. Step 3. Stop punishing yourself for feeling. Every time you tell yourself, "I shouldn't feel this way," you swallow another stone. What if you treated your feelings like visitors instead? They came. They'll go. But while they're here, they deserve acknowledgement. The stones don't have to stay inside you forever. One by one, you can begin to set them down. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about finally changing your relationship with the weight you carry. You've been carrying this weight for a long time, not because you're weak, but because no one taught you it was safe to let go. The silence wasn't your fault. It was survival. But you're here now, watching this, recognizing yourself. And that recognition, that's the first stone you're finally allowing yourself to release. You were never broken. You were just never witnessed. And maybe, starting today, you can begin witnessing yourself. If this brought you some peace, pass it on to someone who's searching for theirs.